What is up, everyone? Please hit that like button. More likes, more hooligans. And take a second to read through the chat, make sure everything is running smoothly, and we'll go over the schedule. There's a ton of things to cover today, plus I think there's live protests and stuff, so we're going to be covering all of that on the free speech platforms where we don't have to worry so much about goofy community guidelines. So give me a second here to read through everything, and we'll go over the schedule. What's up, Toy Mafia? You're always quick. You're quick. What's up, Kimberly? What's up, MD? What's up, Robert? What's up, Adrian? What's up, GQ? What's up, Misfit? What's up, Life Like? What's up, Jersey J? What's up, High Plains Drifter? Happy Freedom, hooligans. Jersey J, I'm trying to think. It's not very far down the list. You'll see. You'll see where it is. It's a church that burned down. What's up, Diane? What's up, Stephanie? What's up, Daryl? Happy Freedom. Yeah, I see there's a lot of people at Mar-a-Lago. What's up, F-Body Bill? What's up? YouTube sucks. Happy Freedom. Appreciate you guys being here. What's up, everyone on the JeffMAC Live YouTube channel? What's up, Shadow? Happy Freedom. High Plains Drifter, you were first over there. What's up, everyone on Twitch? What's up, Peyton? What's up, Snooks? Happy Freedom. What's up, Can Killer? What's up, Salty Ragu? What's up, everyone on Odyssey? Happy Freedom. Holy moly. What's up, everyone on Rumble? Again, we have more people on Rumble than YouTube. This is wild. Super crazy sauce. What's up, Jeb? What's up, Lifelike? What's up, Golf Coach? What's up, Rasta? What's up, KS4? What's up, Screaming Eagle? Look at the numbers over here. What's up, Worcester's Wife? What's up, Serum? Serum, did you ever get better, or are you just still sick as a dog? How is it going over there? What's up, Amanda? Happy Freedom, hooligans. Appreciate you guys watching on Rumble. Jeb took the day off in case they pulled any nonsense on the Orange Eagle. Yeah, you never know. You never know. I heard that he's not going to be arrested today, that it may be pushed back to next week, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes today. Serum, still sick. Might have AIDS. Nah. It's more likely the bioweapon. Get some sleep. Heat your body up. Stay hydrated. Kill the germs. What's up, WMM? What's up, Nefties? Happy Freedom. Thank you guys for watching on JeffMacLive.com. Alright, on the schedule today, at 1:45 Eastern Time, Old Man Walter will be giving remarks at the White House Conservation and Action Summit, whatever that is. And then at 3 o'clock, we have a White House Press Briefing. Then at 5 o'clock, Old Man Walter and Jill Handler will be hosting a Arts and Humanities Awards ceremony. That's where they just make up reasons to go live. We'll be starting off today with a video titled Oil Prices Lowest Since 2021 on Banking Fears. Talking about how the wobbly banks right now has got the oil industry all nervous. So they're slowing production and stuff. Then we have a video that is titled 5-Alarm Fire Engulfs Fountain of Life Church in New Jersey. Then we have a video that is titled Jimmy Somebody Roast Jembal Psaki for dressing like Luke Skywalker. We're not going to watch that whole video, but we're going to look at Jembal Psaki, and then we're going to acknowledge how that statement's a little inaccurate. Then we have a video that is titled Watch Dangerous Street Takeover in Texas Leads to One Arrest. Then after that, we'll be moving to the free speech platforms to cover a video with Ron DeSantis talking about the Orange Eagle. And then we're going to cover a little bit of Crowder and AJ doing their interview. There's a couple spots we're going to touch on. We're not going to watch the whole 2 hours. And then we're going to move right into live protests. And we're going to probably cover that stuff until some of these White House lives kick off. And we'll just kind of bounce back and forth between the protests and the White House lives. So if you guys are interested in watching the press briefing and all of that, most likely you will have to watch it on the free speech platform. So get used to going over to Rumble, Odyssey, or JeffMacLive.com. Or if you guys just can't get that to work, you are welcome to go to Twitch or Twitter, where you can also watch live pretty much anywhere other than YouTube, because YouTube has the strictest community guidelines, which for some reason that makes people mad at me. like 4 o'clock this morning, I had somebody leave this heavy pissy message in my comment section about how they unsubscribed, as if the community guidelines have something to do with me and my choices. You can cry hard for me. I don't care. We're doing fine over on Rumble. So yeah, it is what it is. It's not my fault that YouTube's community guidelines are the way they are. So either way, give me a second here to pull this video up and we'll get her started. Happy Freedom Heavy Mag. What's up, cool guy? Heavy Mag, I deleted YouTube last night. Bam, it's back. Yeah, it's built into our phones. Some phones won't let you remove it. They'll let you remove updates and stuff, but you won't be able to remove the whole app from your phone. Mary protest about what? The Orange Eagle supposed to be arrested today. Thank you so much, MD, for continuing the membership program for 12 months. You're officially a hooligan. I appreciate you. Thank you. Mary, Rumble link. Give me a second. Bam. There's the link to Rumble. Yeah, I don't know why people are so mad at me about what YouTube does. Get mad at me because of YouTube links or YouTube community guidelines just tells me that, you know, you're like a sad leftist, really. You're just one of those softies out here calling names instead of acknowledging actual problems. But tis what tis. Let's see. You guys crack me up. Crucified, I see you on my Twitter all the time. You're awesome. Appreciate you backing me up out there. I be just making softies' heads explode. They get super mad at me on Twitter because I'm so honest. Elon lets me be honest out there, and I appreciate that. All right, hooligans, let's get her started.
Oil prices dropped to their lowest levels in 15 months on Monday on concerns that a global banking crisis could spark a recession that would reduce fuel demand. In volatile trading, global benchmark Brent crude and U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude each fell about $3 a barrel to their lowest levels since December of 2021. WTI sunk below $65 a barrel before paring some losses. Brent was trading at around $72 a barrel. Brent hit a 14-year peak of around $130 a barrel a year ago and was one of the main drivers of global inflation. It was above $100 a barrel as recently as July. Crude's Monday slide came despite a historic deal in which UBS, Switzerland's largest bank, agreed to buy Credit Suisse in an attempt to rescue the European country's second biggest bank. After the deal was announced, the U.S. Federal Reserve, European Central Bank, and other major central banks pledged to enhance market liquidity and support other banks. Given the recent turmoil in the banking sector and fears it could trigger a long-feared recession, traders and economists remain split on whether the U.S. Federal Reserve will raise its benchmark rate when policymakers meet this week. Some executives are calling on the central bank to pause its monetary policy tightening for now, but be ready to resume raising rates later. Meanwhile, one oil analyst tells Reuters that the oil market is moving more on fear than fundamentals, saying, quote, "We're not moving at all on supply and demand fundamentals. We're just moving will raise banking concerns."
Making changes because of fear. They don't care about those gas prices being real high when it makes sense to lower them. They just worry about it when the banks are going down. But the economy's doing fine. The White House says the economy's doing just fine. Don't you worry. Keep putting your money in the bank. Sign off your rights to your own cash. A lot of people don't realize that. When you give your money to the bank, it's not really your money anymore. And if you're a millionaire and you put money in the bank, they only cover you to like $250,000. If anything else happens to it, you're only good for $250,000. The rest of your money's just gone. There's all kinds of stuff about banks that are really shady. I don't know, but the way the world is being all digital and stuff, it's hard to not put your money in a bank. Like a lot of times when we go to Walmart in Ludington, they won't accept cash. They won't take your cash. There's lots of registers. A lot of times it won't let you know. You'll scan all your items by yourself as if you are an employee. Then you'll go to pay and it'll say, sorry, we don't take cash, which is illegal. They're supposed to take the country's currency, but they don't. And no one's going to do anything about it because that's the way the world is right now, unfortunately. Just a moment here. Gonna read through the chat really quick. Try not to talk a whole lot during the videos because I'm gonna start cutting this stuff up to make bite-sized content for people who have never seen the live before. Because I think when we get shown to new viewers, they might see this and be like, oh, what's this? And then they click on it and they realize it's a 3-hour live and it's not live anymore. So they're like, oh no, I don't want to watch that. But if I cut it up into pieces, they might accidentally watch some of the stuff and be like, dang, I might have to hang out with the hooligans during the live. I don't know, I got to come up with some ideas to battle this algorithm. What's up, Daryl? I swear I seen a comment. Couple comments. Daryl, my mom started watching you. That's awesome. That's awesome. There's quite a few families that watch. Big shout out to all the hooligans watching. I appreciate all of you. It's possible that DeSantis is a fake Republican. I don't know. I think it's weird that Soros said he wants DeSantis and all this stuff. I don't understand how that stuff works. I don't know if it's some sort of ploy to make people turn their back on him, or if it's some backdoor deal going on that's just kind of making DeSantis look bad. Not real sure. You got to be cautious about everything now because everything's a psyop. Everything is manipulation. Except over here, I just try to tell people the truth and they get mad. That's what happens when you tell the truth. People get mad. And I think people get mad because I'm always trying to give advice. A lot of advice that I give when I'm saying what I think someone should or shouldn't do is because if I put myself in their shoes, that's what I would do. I like to be honest. I like to have integrity. I like to do the right thing even when people aren't looking. Because that day where somebody kicks your tower over, you have all that ground to stand on. Because you don't have skeletons in the closet. You don't have bad stuff and secrets you don't want people to know about and stuff like that. That's why a lot of times when people want to address me or talk to me in some sort of way, I want to do it right out in the open. I don't want you to write me DMs and have little secrets conversation. No, I want you to talk to me in front of everybody. If I don't know you, we're going to talk right here in front of everybody. I want everyone to see how this conversation goes down because I got high integrity and I'm not scared to show that. And I think when I talk like that, people hear that, they feel bad about themselves because they got that hate in their heart, and then they leave. They get mad. They go and talk shit about me on Twitter and stuff. That's how it is. When you shine bright and you stand tall, people, they get in their feelings. They get hurt. They get real soft on you. It is what it is, but not everybody's like that. And I think a lot of you hooligans see that stuff. You go out there and stand tall and shine bright, all of a sudden people get all twisted up and seize up. Start looking like KJP, getting all mad, blinking heavily and stuttering, saying, can't handle it. They can't handle that truth. What's up, Craig Swaffin? What's up, Sam? Happy Freedom Hooligans. What's up, Nefties? What's up, Anthony? Appreciate you guys being here. Happy Freedom, Donna Sparks. Appreciate you being here. Alright, so this next video is titled 5-Alarm Fire Engulfs Fountain of Life Church in New Jersey. This poor girl. She's battling Beetlejuice from Chicago to see whose eyes can be farther apart. That's unfortunate. All right, let's get her started, hooligans.
A massive fire that is burning at a church in Florence, New Jersey. Some visuals here of that scene as fire crews have been working to contain this massive blaze. So some images of that huge fire there. I want to bring you the latest update from Fox 29's Shawnette Wilson.
Several hours after it started, crews are back attacking the remaining flames with water. I'm told initially they were told to stand down as the building burned.
The saddest part was seeing the cross come down. That was sad.
The Fountain of Life Church on Columbus Road in New Jersey is no more. A multi-alarm fire burned it to the ground.
It's heartbreaking.
Skyfox over the massive property this evening. The fire began around 6 o'clock, drawing fire crews from all departments all over the area.
I heard the sirens and I came outside.
Colleen Reichert lives nearby. She recalls the church being here since around 1979, maybe longer, and says it recently, over the past few years, became a new church with a bigger property and expanded congregation.
They do a wonderful Easter show every year, every single year. People come from all over. It's a great congregation. It's part of the community. It's going to be missed.
The flames and smoke could be seen for miles. People pulled over alongside the road to watch. Mariah and Isaiah Phillips came out of their home with their mom.
So we were going over and we saw smoke, so we thought a car caught on fire, but then we saw the church on fire.
The church, they say they spent summer attending programming here.
There was this camp that the church did, and both me and my sister, we were there. It was fun. There was soccer, everything. We enjoyed it.
Really big.
Residents say the church also has a school on the property, a huge basketball center used by the community, and other activities. They watched in disbelief as the building was nearly reduced to rubble.
It's really sad.
We're told that initially there were some people on the property, but they were evacuated and no injuries were reported. The cause of the fire is still being investigated. In Florence, Shawnette Wilson, Fox 29 News.
So the church was just recently purchased and redone or reopened. And all of a sudden it burns down. It's kind of weird how often we cover stories like that. Could have been an accident. Could have been some insurance stuff going on there. It's hard to tell. It's weird how many people didn't really seem that upset. I mean, not that they were in on it, but it just normally when there's fires, there's people crying and really sad. And these guys were like, well, they used to hold Easter egg hunts, but I guess we're not doing that anymore. I don't know. Maybe New Jersey's just used to tragedy, I guess. I really don't know. Thought that was interesting, so I thought we would show it. What's up, Candy? Happy Freedom. What's up, Miss Jamie? You hooligans. I don't know. Maybe I should have shut my face, but her eyeballs were on each side of her head, so I was just caught me off guard. Like I said, I'm just honest. I have very little filter anymore. That's why I take a moment to speak, is because the words are coming out of my mouth. My brain's got to grab it and be like, nope, that's against community guidelines. You got to wait till we get on Rumble. It is what it is. I appreciate you, Heaven Mag. Oh, I appreciate you, MD. Thank you. Let's see, just reading through the chat really quick. Cashflow Antifa's to blame. I mean, maybe they are anti-Christian and stuff. It's weird how that's really calmed down. In California, they were going ham. Every time there was any kind of fellowship or anything like that going on where believers were congregating and having live shows and stuff, there's something out there. Is it called Bethel, maybe? It's huge concerts and stuff that they do for, well, I don't know if it's just Christians, but people who believe in God, we'll say it like that. But they were holding outside concerts and Antifa was showing up. But what they don't realize is Christians also generally believe in the Constitution. A lot of times they're concealed carrying and stuff. So maybe that's what made it die down, because they were going out there trying to attack Christians, and then they were getting held at gunpoint and all kinds of other stuff was happening. I don't know. They're strong in numbers, but they're weak individuals. Before Antifa was in such large numbers, when we were covering the the BLM protests on a nightly basis, before those people went from wearing flip-flops and tank tops into wearing riot gear and makeshift weapons, you'd see them stand together screaming, throwing piss bottles and all that stuff. But then on the walk home after the protest and stuff was over, they'd be walking like this, doing this kind of stuff, because they were so worried that they were going to get attacked that they wanted to catch it on camera so their comrades could see where they were if they were to get abducted or something. They're soft individuals, and a lot of them are college kids. You don't see Antifa over 25. You just don't. It's because after 25 your brain starts maturing and you realize how, like, you're just acting like a child, just out there screaming and being an idiot for no reason. It's kind of effective being a violent individual that lives in mom's basement and doesn't have anything because they've never earned anything, so really they don't have anything to lose. But then once they hit 25 and mom kicks them out, or maybe they eat too much Hot Pockets, they can't afford to supply it anymore, well, then they got to go get their own apartment. They got to go find their own place to live. They might have to get a job because, you know, that meth doesn't pay for itself. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you own stuff. You don't want somebody to take it from you. You don't want someone to burn it down, and then you realize how stupid you were being a couple years ago. And so I think these Antifa cats, they either grow up and grow out of it, or they keel over and kick the bucket, and then it's this revolving door of 20-year-olds who act like idiots. But they're frail. When they're individuals, they're frail. They have nothing, especially no body weight. That soy doesn't bulk you up. You can't take a punch in the face and break your whole spinal cord, knock your head right off your shoulders. Tis what 'tis. What's up, Relic? Yeah, they're not all crisis actors. Some of them really believe the deal, and they really believe, because when you're 20 years old, you want nothing more than to be validated. You want to belong to something. You get near all these meth heads and they're all standing up for justice and blah, blah, blah. And you think you really belong to something until you have a different idea, and then they start trying to eat you alive. And then you realize, we've covered quite a few videos where there's like ex-Antifa people where as soon as they start growing and they start reading and thinking on their own, then all of a sudden they get pushed out of the group, and then they realize that they're hanging out with a bunch of fascists. They're calling themselves anti-fascists. What's up, Arizona Pools? Happy freedom. Serum, those frozen pizzas don't cook themselves. I'm saying. That's what they say about meth. All right, moving forward. So this next video is titled Jimmy Falia, I don't know what his name is, roast Jembal Psaki for dressing like Luke Skywalker on her new show. We're just gonna play the first little bit of this clip. We don't need to hear them go on and on. Let's get it started, hooligans.
Welcome back. Former White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki debuting her new show on MSNBC, wasting no time blasting Republicans. Watch this.
For Republicans, wokeness is public enemy number one. By the sound of it, there is simply no greater threat to American liberty. Whether or not they actually believe it, they clearly think it's a winning message ahead of 2024. And it makes you think, are they onto something? Should I be freaking out about how right-wing Republicans are co-opting woke and wokeism? My gut here is no. The Republican crusade against wokeness may not be as potent of a campaign issue as they may hope. You can let your woke flag fly.
Fox Across America host Jimmy Fallon joins us now.
Jimmy.
You can let your woke flag
there
fly.
There it is.
Right there. We should put it out for everyone.
Well, first of all, congratulations to her for getting Luke Skywalker to lend her his Jedi costume for episode 1 of the show. I mean, that's a big step when you get the Star Wars, vote out of the gate. That was an aggressive.
I knew you guys missed Jen Psaki, so I figured I'd throw that up there. I don't think that she was dressed like Luke Skywalker, though. I think she was dressed like Princess Leia. And neither of those characters were in episode 1, so everything he said was totally off the mark. Like, just completely off the mark. I don't know who wrote those lines for him, but they couldn't have been more wrong. He must have been referring to Disney's version of Star Wars or something. He was a little off there. He was a little off. But Jen Psaki, she really thinks she's somebody, all dressed up. It seems like her forehead got wider. She just, I don't know, it like wrapped around the side of her face. I don't know if it was that hairdo or time away from the White House. They had to stretch that new human skin on. I'm not quite sure. She was looking like Princess Leia, though. She's wearing all white, trying to represent purity. I think that's what was going on. Let's see. What's up, one for the team? Happy freedom. Try not to race through this because we don't have much more for YouTube. We got a lot of stuff for Rumble and all the free speech platforms, though. Sam, she's got a 5 head. I'm saying she had a widescreen TV up there. She was doing big things. You know, you can't afford to go to the movie theater. You bring the movie theater home. All right, so we're going to be moving on to this last video here as far as YouTube goes. This video is titled "Dangerous Street Takeover in Texas Leads to 1 Arrest." Talking about street racers and their fast cars. People buy these Chargers. I think it's really crazy, and I don't know if I've said this on the live before, but back in the day when the Chargers were muscle cars and stuff like that, the only people who had that stuff were people that could afford it, and they would try and take care of those cars, or they would, you know, Dukes of Hazzard, just race the hell out of them. But now you just see a lot of lowlifes driving Chargers. You just see people in the worst of neighborhoods driving Chargers. They're like the new Pontiac Grand Am or something like that. It's just everybody and their cousins got a Charger that looks like it's ready to go to the junkyard. And I don't know. It's like they really tarnished that model of vehicle. But now these people can get one, go pick one up from the scrapyard for maybe $1,000, $2,000, and then go race it in the streets and put everybody's life in danger. But you know, being young and stupid, this is just symptoms of that. Give me a second to put this on the screen. All right, let's get it started, hooligans.
We've seen these takeovers in cities all across the country, including Fort Worth, Texas. That's where we find Fox 4 Dallas reporter Alex Boyer. He's standing by. Alex, thanks so much for being with us. Okay, so it seems like an arrest was made last night. What happened last night on the streets of Fort Worth?
Yeah, sure thing, Andrew. You know, I talked to one woman who actually took the cell phone video of that street takeover. And, you know, she tells me that she was really worried about her safety. She said at one point where she got stuck, a group of spectators gathered around her car, blocking her from being able to move. She told me that she thought about getting out of the vehicle to avoid being near where the stunting was taking place, but she was worried about a possible mob mentality attacking her, so she stayed in her car and called 911. Now, one person has been arrested, and Fort Worth police, as you'll hear right now, say that it is an ongoing problem. Tire tracks marked the spot where a massive street stunting event closed off the intersection of Beach and Basswood in Fort Worth Sunday night. The woman who took the cell phone video said she was following her husband home when a crowd took over the intersection, blocking the road. She couldn't move as drivers were doing dangerous maneuvers just feet away.
There are vehicles on the street that are either burning tires, accelerating.
Officer Daniel Segura said 911 calls started coming in around 10:30 p.m. Dozens of spectators gathered around the intersection, many recording the street stunting. At one point, a young boy whose face we are not showing gives the driver stuck at the intersection the middle finger.
We see that the way some of these groups communicate is through social media. So it is kind of a challenge for law enforcement to keep up with where they're going to be.
As soon as officers arrive on scene, the crowd of spectators disperses. The cars take off. Officer Segura said responding officers were able to arrest one driver, a 17-year-old.
And the driver was arrested for reckless driving and possession of marijuana.
As of April 2021, the Fort Worth City Council has also made it a criminal offense to be a spectator, whether recording or watching. Either way, police say violators could face up to a $500 fine. The city has put up cameras at major intersections.
It's kind of weird they can charge you with a crime for watching.
And racing. Officer Segura said they can only do so much to stunt the problem.
A lot of these activities, they're mobile. They go to one place and then they drive to another location.
Yeah, which is why, of course, this continues to be an ongoing problem in the city of Fort Worth as well as neighboring Dallas as well. Now, I've been talking with Fort Worth police today, trying to get the identity of that 17-year-old was arrested. At this point, they haven't made that public. Again, we know they are 17 years old. We do know that they're being charged with reckless driving, which is considered a misdemeanor here in Fort Worth. And if convicted, that driver could face up to 30 days in the county jail and also will have to pay a $200 fine. As you can imagine, with all the people out there with cell phone video, Fort Worth police ideally would like other drivers or other people to come forward and provide that information so that they could hopefully track down some of the additional stunters. But of course, police aren't expecting that those spectators, who could also be charged themselves, would come forward. Andrew.
Yeah, Alex, it seems like that law enforcement official you were speaking with was, somewhat discouraged about trying to nip these in the bud before they actually happen, before they take place. But let's go to Austin, too, if we could, just briefly, because this is getting the notice of Texas Governor Greg Abbott, is it not?
Oh, absolutely. That's right. I mean, in any major city here in Texas right now, it's becoming an issue. The state legislature right now is in session, of course. It's something that's being discussed by lawmakers, and they're trying to get more teeth within the laws to be able to prosecute people that are involved in this. And again, going back to Fort Worth and I believe Dallas, Texas as well, spectators, people who are standing there who aren't taking part in the stunting, but they're watching or they're taking cell phone video, if they're arrested, they too could face a misdemeanor charge. It's all in an effort of really trying to get these people to stop doing that. But as we saw from this latest incident in Fort Worth last night, where dozens of people were easily seen on that one cell phone video, it's clearly an ongoing problem that they're going to have to continue to tackle.
Yeah, not to mention how dangerous it is. Alex Boyer there live for us in Fort Worth. Alex, thanks for bringing us this story. Talk again.
Sure thing. Thanks.
So they can't stop it because everybody is communicating using social media. The only way they can arrest people is to capture it live, like just happen to stumble across these events, or have people turn in footage showing drivers, license plates, spectators. But if they have footage, then that means that they're a spectator and they could be arrested too, because turning in footage is self-incriminating. What? What? Who thought up that? Who thought that was going to be a good idea? Obviously, this is going to be an ongoing problem, or they're going to have to hire some more officers and just sit at the street corners all day just in case, some random street car club event breaks out. Dumb. No strategy there at all. They might as well just enjoy that. What's up, Eric? I appreciate you listening. What's up, one for the team? So I'm gonna read through the chat really quick. That's all I had for the YouTube side of things. We'll be live for another couple hours on Rumble, I'm thinking. I'm gonna be posting the links for Rumble, Odyssey, JeffMacLive.com, as well as the link tree, so you'll have access to everything. If you would like to donate, join membership programs, or swap between platforms to see which one fits you best, we'll be doing all of that. I'll give you the spiel deal. You'll have until the end of the spiel deal to move over there, but first I'm going to read through the chat. What's up, Wild Turkey? Happy freedom. What's up, Shanti? Thanks for being here. Web blanket the cool kids. Yeah, they think they're cool kids. I don't know. You see it a lot where young people are driving and they just think everything's all great, and it just takes, you know, the smallest thing to happen. You roll your car or you hit something and your friend gets projected through the windshield, mutilated corpse laying in front of you, like, changes your whole life. Changes your whole life. I've had lots of friends that have died like that, or been in a car accident and everybody in the car but them died, and so then they have that survivor's remorse, and I don't know. It's not good. It's not good, but when you're young and dumb, what can you do? You know, you're hard-headed. You don't learn unless you learn things the hard way. I speak from experience. Never killed anybody, thank God, but seen a lot of dumb stuff. Had to go through a lot of hard times before my brain grew. You know, it's part of being young. It's part of being young. OGBT. Thanks for being here. What's up, Ken? All right. Rid. I like Rumble, but the app sucks. There's no chat. I heard that the chat's working now, which is why I haven't been telling everyone to use a browser. I could be wrong on that, though. I don't really watch a lot of stuff when I'm not live. I spend so much time sitting here in front of the TV that I don't really watch a lot of TV when I'm not working. So I'm not really sure, but I'm going to be posting the links here for Rumble, Odyssey, JeffMacLive.com, and the link tree, and then I'm going to give you guys the spiel deal. You'll have until the end of that ad to make your way over to the free speech platforms. That way you can watch the rest of the show. We're going to be covering a video on DeSantis talking about the Orange Eagle. We're going to be covering some of Crowder talking with AJ. Then we're going to be covering live protests that are happening in Mar-a-Lago. I think there's also protests happening in New York. And then, I think we missed Old Man Walter, so we'll be covering that also. And then at 3 o'clock, we'll be covering the White House Press Briefing with KJP. And then at 5 o'clock, we got Old Man Walter and Jill Handler hosting a Arts and Humanities Awards ceremony. All of that's going to be on the free speech platforms, I believe. I'm thinking so. It's 2:18 Eastern time. We'll see. Maybe that 5 o'clock one, I don't know if we'll still be live by 5 o'clock. If things end, we'll go live at 5 on all platforms with Old Man Walter and Jill Handler doing their little award ceremony thing at the White House. But everything else is going to be on the free speech platforms. So I'm going to post the links. You guys make your way over there, and we will move forward. Alright, hooligans, I posted the link for Rumble, Odyssey, JeffMacLive.com, and the link tree. I'm going to give you guys my little spiel deal here. you will have till the end of this advertisement to make your way over to the free speech platforms where we will be continuing the live for the next few hours. It is worthwhile, so definitely make your way over there. With that being said, please go to JeffMacLive.com. On the homepage, you can find all of my links listed. You can find the link to join Gilded for free. Gilded is currently the best way to receive notifications for when and where we go live. Every time we go live, you'll receive notifications for important updates and things I feel you should know. There is a news board on there to keep you up to date with things going on around the world, and there's a ton of hooligans in there to hang out with every day, all day. So definitely join Gilded. As you can see on the screen, we also have Discord and Telegram, so if for some reason you can't make it to Gilded, but you would like updates, you're welcome to join those communities as well. There isn't a whole lot of activity going on, but you will still be notified every time we go live, because there's a lot of people who complain about the algorithm not sending notifications. The other thing is if you're on YouTube and you're subscribed, it's not enough. You have to click the bell icon and select all if you want to receive notifications every time we go live. And a lot of people don't do that, and then they don't receive notifications, and then they miss the live, and then they get disgruntled. So hit the bell icon, select all, and you should receive notifications for when we go live if you don't wish to join the communities, but I suggest you do because it's awesome and we have lots of resources and there's lots of great people there, so you should definitely go join up, at least on Gilded. Anyways, on the JeffMAC Live homepage, you can find links to the merch store. We have shirts, hoodies, stickers, and coffee mugs. Everything is displayed in black and white or white and black, but if you find something you like, just click on that item to see all the colors that item comes in. We have tons of designs. I have tons of ideas for new designs that are coming out. We're going to have designs coming out probably this weekend, so definitely go check that stuff out. Go and see what all we have. Also on the JeffMAC Live homepage, as well as the description and on the link tree, you can find links to PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Stripe, Zelle, Buy Me a Coffee, and Locals if you would like to support what I do. There's a link to the Amazon wish list if you would like to send me stuff. It's really easy to use. Anything you purchase directly from the wish list will be sent straight to me without having to send emails, find addresses, or anything like that. It's really simple. You still have time to send me stuff if you would like to see that item unboxed for the birthday unboxing that will be taking place on the 31st. You don't have to pay extra for shipping or anything like that. You got 10 days. So it will make it here in time. If you would like to send me a surprise, something nice, don't send me something bad. I don't want to have to let the authorities know or have it get flagged at the post office and cause all these problems. But if you would like to send me something of your own choice, you're welcome to go to the JeffMAC Live website, go to the contact page. You can find the P.O. box number. Just make sure you send me the tracking number, because if the item sits at the post office longer than 3 days, they'll just mail it back to you. And I don't want that to happen, so definitely let me know if you send me something through the P.O. box. Finally, there's links to the membership programs if you would like to join the membership for YouTube, Gilded, Discord, Odyssey, Rumble, Twitch. All of that is also in the description and on the link tree, and then JeffMacLive.com itself has memberships that will give you access to the private social media area, the live streaming area with the built-in chat, all of our group chats, the ability to voice chat, the ability to video chat, the ability to call each other, the ability to text each other. You'll also receive alerts every time we go live. Every single channel I run, which there's like 7 or 8 YouTube channels I have, every single one of those lives will stream through the website without you having to join anything extra. It will just show up in the live streaming area. The JeffMacLive.com website is the Hooligan home. You guys should definitely try and make your way over there. I work on it every single day to make it a better place. I even hired a team of professionals to help me develop the website and keep it up and running smoothly. So definitely go check out JeffMacLive.com. All right, hooligans, we are at that point. We're going to be helping the YouTube platform out of the room. So hopefully all of you have made your way over to Rumble, Odyssey, JeffMacLive.com. You can also watch on Twitch or Twitter if you prefer, but we got to help YouTube out of here because these other videos do not run parallel with the community guidelines over there. For all of you that only watch me on YouTube, I appreciate all of you. This is nothing against you. In order to get the truth out there, I got to go where the truth is allowed. So it is what it is. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you the next time I'm on YouTube. Everybody else, take your seats, get your riot snacks, go on and refill your coffee. We'll be starting again in just a moment.